Live. Did I do that right? How was my timing? Did I get it? Was it close? Did we nail it? Are we live? Oh boy. This thing on.
Tell 3 secrets you've never told anyone into the mic. We'll see if we're live. We'll test it.
I used to be an ISIS.
What else?
Was the starting point guard for the San Antonio Spurs in the late 90s. I love Chris Gardner.
You want to shut that door and I'll welcome everybody?
I ain't shutting nothing. No, y'all wanted to start the show? Door remains open until we go to a one-shot.
That's not a punishment.
I'm just saying.
That's not a punishment. Don't try to act authoritative.
Go to a one-shot. Go to Chris.
Hey, let me tell you guys about our studio text line. 314-669-1431 is how you get a hold of us. That's how we communicate with those who wish to remain anonymous. We'll do the Great American Race today. It'll be Travis Farrell, myself, arguing over race-driven issues and which race has been accurately. Wow, there you are, Trav. I haven't seen you in a while. Again, text in 314-669-1431. You can do some fair or foul with us today. You know, you email us at wal@weareliveradio.com. We'll get into Travis's birthday weekend, all the good and bad news circulating throughout the world. But first, Travis, let's say hello to our trusty producer, one Christopher Gardner.
Hello, Guardsy. Ooh, hello. Such a pretty producer.
I spent about 7.
Good morning, Chris.
Hey, what's up, buddy? I spent about 17 minutes uploading GIFs that Derek Dock created to Giphy, so you can say hello to your
Walnuts.
Oh, there they are.
Right, yeah. Look out, everybody.
Good morning, Walnuts. Good morning, Travis.
Hello.
How are you, dude?
It's like that hot gotcha.
Man, turning 35, bro.
Yeah, it's
He
not.
turned 35. That's rough.
Yeah,
I'll give you
man,
that.
It is tough.
You
Getting out of bed.
were turning 30 on Friday.
Yeah. The weekend aged me, bro.
You think someone thought it was an April Fool's Day joke when you weren't there right away? Because that was not the plan. and
Oh,
I
nice.
just-
Yeah. And
I
I'm outside of wacky kid pranks.
Yeah.
I'm down with the kids having fun on April Fools. That's fun. You do a prank. Whoopee cushion. Adult April Fooling, unless you're a brand and you do a really good job.
And
I'm
you have
not
to
a
do
huge
a
friend.
really
You have to
good
do a
job.
perfect
Yes.
job. Right. I mean, seriously. That's.
Or else it's just not worth it.
I already posted in Friends of WAL. Everybody needs to keep their heads on a swivel today. Super funny Facebook posts about people with the ability to have children and be engaged, posting false announcements of pregnancy and engagements. And I think it should be a crime for deceiving the 3 older relatives that actually believe it. We're done with this, right? In the age of social media, we're done with the pregnancy/engagement announcements from people that are viable candidates to be engaged and or pregnant. It ain't funny.
It's the furthest thing from funny.
It happens, though, doesn't
it?
it?
It's almost to the point where it's insulting. There are people actually on your Facebook feed that cannot get pregnant. There are people who
That's the
will always be lonely and forever. Don't remind them of.
Oh, you're making it about you.
Oh, it's always about
Selfish.
me.
Uh-huh.
Why else would you do that?
Yeah.
Yeah, people grow up. That's not funny. I don't laugh at that. It's mostly dad humor anyway, isn't it? April Fool's Day. It's
Could be.
It's like
yeah,
really
Yeah.
like
Some.
people going to Reddit for the first time and then posting on Facebook like it's brand new. Like, oh, I found this thing. It's pretty hilarious.
What
I
was
hope it's not.
Did you guys ever get into the prank? I feel like Spencer's Gifts and/or no, it would have been like a bookstore back in the day.
Pranking is
They would-
for rich people.
No, it's not.
Yes, it is.
Dennis the Menace was poor as crap.
All you need
Dennis
is
was-
ketchup packets to pull a prank, Travis.
That
It's
ain't-
not for rich
but
people.
that's not fat ass. But who has time to waste ketchup packets? That's
You
valuable
just
food.
take more than you did. You normally would
Just open up your
food.
from
glove
a fast
box.
food restaurant.
My grandmother would not be happy about that. That's just wasting food.
Stay out of my ketchup, son.
Hey, I don't take no ketchup packets. When we have company
Are
over.
condiments really food?
In my household, they were. I'm sorry I didn't grow up in a gated community like you. How many nannies did you have again, Gardner?
I had none.
Yes.
I lived in a duplex. I lived in a trailer at one
How many
point.
trailers have you lived in, Travis?
I couldn't afford to live in a trailer. He was too busy living on the park benches, where Gardner now likes to go in his leisure. Where he goes in his leisure is where I went every night.
Is that appropriation?
It's
Aren't you going to be hanging out on park benches with Muppets?
not how that works. I don't think you've ever seen the show.
I mean, as a child, when it was appropriate.
No, I think it's always appropriate to watch something that's educational and uplifting to children. I guess you have to be a child to enjoy that now, huh?
We'll do
Sounds sad.
fair or foul
Rihanna's
today.
ass? There is one April Fool's Day joke that sticks out to me from my youth,
Okay.
and it was Sports Illustrated.
What did they do?
They had George Plimpton write a piece on
This is the best April Fool's ever.
Sid Finch, who wasn't a real person,
Yep.
but was like a yogi from another country who decided he was going to, as Plimpton wrote, decide whether or not he wanted to play baseball or not using some weird pitching method that he had learned and could throw
In the
like-
Himalayas, right?
Yeah, like
Yeah.
105, 108 miles an hour using this method.
No, I thought they were. Did they say 108? I was thinking they were saying it was like near 130 or something.
It could be.
Not
yeah,
even human.
I can't remember completely what it was, but I remember it in Sports Illustrated in the mid 80s because I had a subscription as a youngster and reading
Did you
it.
get the football phone?
I did have the football phone. I had the sneaker phone
All right,
too.
Travis,
Told you
I
he was-
agree with
told
you.
you he was rich.
Yeah,
My
yeah.
privilege. And I remember reading that and being like, "Oh my God!" I went and showed my dad and everything. And then he's like, "Well, my dad's like, I don't know what this is. This doesn't make sense." And I'm like, "Oh, it's got some. We have to find out more about this guy."
Oh,
and then,
wow.
of course, my heart is broken several weeks later when they reveal it was a prank. And it was something like the first line of the article. The first letter of every word, and it spelled out April Fool's Day.
This. You could pull stuff off like this back in the day because you couldn't just pull up your phone and be like, no, not
Right.
true. And that was a real publication. Do we like that? I liked that for its time. And it was a well-crafted
I did
article.
at the time because I took the bait, and
Because you were all up in it.
yeah, and I'm like 5 or 6 years old.
And you're thinking to yourself, why would the
I
media lie
love
to me?
baseball, and
Yeah.
I'm fascinated by this idea, and so like it did sting a little when I found out it wasn't true. It stung.
So you see, it wasn't anything to laugh at. It was nothing to chuckle about. You were hurt as a child. You lost trust in authority. You lost trust in an institution like journalism.
And I
Maybe
lost
this is
trust in East Coast elitists.
Thank you.
Like George Plimpton.
See, Sports Illustrated ain't been the same since.
But he was a good writer.
That's probably the best April Fool's prank of our
That's the one that
generation,
lives
right?
with me.
Yeah.
Just because it got me. And I don't think he thought about what he was doing to kids when he was doing that.
No. Well, that's why they came up with the Sports Illustrated for Kids.
Yeah,
Which
maybe I
had
should have
Frank
been reading
Thomas
that.
on it every other article.
It did.
I should have called
It
it.
did.
Remember that? It was.
It was a stretch where Frank Thomas was apparently every child between the ages of 8 and 11.
That was my little brother's favorite ball
yeah,
player.
his favorite because
Of
his name was
course.
the Big Hurt.
Yeah.
He was
and
incredibly
Big
tall.
Frank. They called him Big Frank too.
Oh yeah.
He had 9 nicknames.
Then he had that sweet ass White Sox jersey.
Mm-hmm.
The White Sox were cool because they had they had Jack McDowell too. They were just a cool ass team. 'Cause
Yeah.
They were the White Sox.
Right. And when they made that uniform transition.
Oh,
too,
that
you're
was so
right.
dope. It
That
was
good.
perfect.
That
It was the
very
youngins
good for
liked
them.
it. So that made sense why Frank Thomas. But Sports Illustrated for Kids was never the same. I think after Allen Iverson showed up on it with all the tattoos.
That's whenever it was
That's
canceled
what,
in
yeah,
my
that's
home.
where everybody was like, oh no. Oh boy.
What was
so
wrong with
urban.
me
What's
that
that
I
on his neck?
I
This is an urban Sports Illustrated for kids.
I don't know. This is too city for my child.
despite watching Iverson just obliterate folks in college, why did I want a Jerry Stackhouse Sixers jersey and not an Allen Iverson Sixers jersey?
Well, because Jerry Stackhouse had went to North Carolina.
He was the second coming of Jordan.
Yeah, he had
Every-
to have been. 'Cause we saw
Every guy
Jerry-
over 6'5", below 6'8", that went to North Carolina that could shoot kind of and jump a little bit
Right.
was the next Jordan.
Jerry Stackhouse was, yeah. And then he also came into his own in the era of like people really starting to love North Carolina basketball. And so
I was a
that
big
made
Eric
ton of sense.
Montross guy.
Yeah, a lot of people were.
And I think his pro career showed that I was right in rooting
I
for him.
think you were correct in that assessment. Another amazing performance from a tall, rugged, gritty white guy from North Carolina who went to the NBA and absolutely.
Serge Zwicker.
They
destroyed.
they had some Europeans during that time too.
They
And I
did.
can't remember.
Serge Zwicker, right?
he's not the one I'm thinking of though. There's like two other ones that I'm thinking of, and I can't. Like the Silva, it wasn't the Silva.
You know who ruined? I'm not even gonna joke. Like who kind of ruined North Carolina basketball for me? And this is kind of blasphemous to say. I'm sorry.
Vince Carter?
It was Hansborough. He absolutely. First of
He's
all,
you're talking about their all-time leading scorer?
he was a 4-year starter, which was like, ew. Who plays all 4 years in college? Yuck. And then he was the epitome of, oh yeah, he's gritty and he's tough and he's hard nosed and he's
Psycho T.
Psycho T. Now y'all know damn well, if that was a brother from Compton who went hard as Tyler Hasbro did, he would not have had the same love. Y'all thought that was cute because he came from a rural town in Missouri.
I don't know how many people
He
really
threw
liked
elbows.
him outside of Chapel Hill.
Yeah, I don't think he was an aight baller, but he was. I was like, oh, this is what this great university is hyping up.
Because Dickie V was yelling about him all the time.
Dickie V made it worse.
That's what you didn't like.
Oh, I did. And then that Mizzou was one of his top 2 choices, and apparently he went to a Nike camp.
His dad.
Jordan stepped up and was like, yo, you're going to North Carolina, threw some gear his way, and the kid magically appears on Chapel Hill. So that was it for me. Like I was like, I don't trust this
You're
university
saying
anymore.
Tyler Hansbrough was illegally recruited to North Carolina?
Let me tell you
I'm
something.
not making that suggestion.
Let me tell you something that
Seems
should have
that
been
way.
illegal. How is it that when I was a senior playing high school basketball against him, and he was a freshman, I was 17, he was 16. How does that work?
Y'all want to talk about the Dominicans when they come and play baseball. Y'all don't ever say anything about the rural white kids.
And I need
knowing
to
damn
talk
well
about
they
his.
ain't gonna-
I need to talk about his older brother also, who's a great guy. Went to Mizzou, Greg, and we were children. He really only had use of one of his arms. He had like it was his left arm was weak or something was going on. Still would throw me around. In like 4th grade AAU.
'Cause they country strong.
He'd just go whop and push you out of the way. It was
Country
You had
horrible.
a problem with Country Strong?
I had no problem with Country Strong at
Did
all.
you have a problem with Bryant Reeves?
Y'all
Country?
got a problem with Urban Strong.
Is your favorite Bryant Reeves story the one where he took gum from a teammate and they said, "Here for so your ears don't pop," and he chewed it and stuck it in his ear? Is that your favorite Bryant Reeves
probably
story?
A good one.
First time flying on a plane. Why do I know that story, but I couldn't tell you who was president 3 terms ago?
That Farmington education at its
Anyway.
finest.
Oh my goodness! Today's fair or foul. It's a good one. Gardner, what do you have? And please explain why you chose this topic.
Now, I chose this because it was being talked about around the office on Friday.
Around the Midcoast studio.
Yeah.
Midcoast.media if you'd like to learn more.
Basically, I was asking Travis questions about it because he was talking about it, and I'm like, I have no idea what this is. So, and I'm not sure that it occurred or not. Travis, by the way, I hope you had a good birthday bash.
Indeed.
Yeah, looks like you got to get out and have some fun.
I peacocked a little bit.
But we're going to go with trap karaoke.
Oh, you have a photo.
Trap karaoke.
Good times.
So fair or foul today, trap karaoke. Travis, can you give us a definition?
Y'all know how you go to karaoke's and they got that bum
Lovely
ass,
time.
that bum ass suburban house mom music they're playing every time. I want to dance with somebody. That's adorable. That's great.
Talking about the songs you sing?
Madge from accounting. She can come out with the work group and let her hair down.
Madge?
Good for you, Madge.
You literally...
Good
Do
for
you watch
you.
anything besides The Office?
I do not. Why even try? Honest to God,
You
that
couldn't
is
even
life.
say you couldn't even say Karen or Becky.
No,
You
because I
said
know if you thought
Madge.
Madge, you would immediately go, oh, Madge from The Office. Madge who looks like maybe a man. Madge who works down in the warehouse. Oh, absolutely. I can definitely see the music Madge would sing at karaoke. So you get these bland-ass, basic-ass, seasonless songs
Seasonless.
that you and your white coworker sing on every Thursday at Southtown. And it's fun. It's adorable. Everyone's had a few Merlots in them, so everything's kind of fun. But trap karaoke is about that life. It's about
Which
the
life?
urban hip-hop. It's about the streets. It's about finally being able to rap and flow like you always thought you could, or at least in your shower. And so you get to go on stage and you get to sing some of the great hip-hop and urban classics of yesteryear.
What's your
And
favorite
today.
trap? What's your favorite trap karaoke song?
Oh, man, I got so many.
You can't think of one?
There is the Migos.
Oh, really?
There
From
is-
yesteryear.
From
A
old
band that's 3.5 years old.
we got Future.
group, not a band.
You got
they don't play instruments.
You got Donald Glover.
Does anyone do Young MC Bust a Move? Is that trap karaoke?
Yeah. Does that fall under lame?
I mean, probably not.
Oh.
Trap karaoke. If one single Caucasian in the room even knows half a word, Travis won't do it.
That's true. That's kind of the barometer for trap karaoke. If more than 2 white people know the song, then we have to get rid of it from the playlist.
This is not ours anymore.
No, it really wasn't y'all's to begin with, but y'all have fooled yourselves to thinking y'all are performers, and so we needed to add something else for ourselves.
This sounds just kind of like selfish Travis karaoke.
I mean, fool, like white people in general?
Y'all do fine, but sometimes when y'all
I've
come
watched white bands.
but
watched
what happens?
artists.
Like what happens is like karaoke used to be cool.
You ever seen Neil Diamond?
I have. I'm very familiar with Neil Diamond. Him and Hova did an album about
you-
a couple years ago.
You're talking about karaoke like when it was like specifically done by Asian people? Was
Yes,
cool?
yes.
And
And
now
that was
it's
their
not.
thing. And then like everything else, y'all came along and y'all try to, put y'all little touch on it. No season, no sauce, no
You know-
drip, nothing.
What was it? When it was the Howard Johnson, the hotel by the
The
airport,
Hojo.
They used to
We
have.
stayed in it, didn't we, my friend?
Weren't there?
They had an
Were those all
Asian-
over the South?
Yes.
I remember driving to Destin, Florida, and be like, "Why are there so many Howard Johnsons everywhere?"
So many Hojos on the way to White Condo.
Good point.
There was an Asian karaoke bar in that hotel, the very first floor, and I had been there. I went there twice, I think, but they had karaoke in 5 different languages.
Nice.
No.
the
nah.
first time I went in there, it was like me and like 3 other buddies, and then 2 separate groups of like 8 to 10 Asians, and it was just us drinking, and we would all get together and sing, and then we would do group things. We would mix up our different groups and try and do songs, and they would put it in like even different languages and then laugh at me as I could not sing along. with them. And
That
there-
seems rude.
There were some stereotypes involved, and how the book was laid out too.
No, boy. Oh, no.
So that was. Did I smile and chuckle? Yes,
Boy.
I was about to
But
ask, did you smile and chuckle?
I did. I mean, when it says in the book, not people saying it, but is typed out,
No, say it.
Lay Charles.
No.
I laugh a little bit.
That's
That
pretty
is-
funny.
Yeah, and it was typed that way. It's not being said, or I'm not. I'm like, well, you typed it. What am I supposed to do? Not take notice of
You
that?
gotta ignore it.
I don't think I. No, I don't have to
You
ignore
gotta
that.
ignore
No,
it.
I don't, and
You
I
got
won't,
to.
and I didn't, and I'm telling the story now.
Oh,
I
boy.
won't ignore it.
Oh, boy.
Well, now we know.
How was your birthday?
It was
Trap karaoke is your fair or foul. Your prize, $10 to Southtown Pub. Get those in, folks, to WAL at weareliveradio.com.
was a delightful birthday. I spent some time with family and friends, and
Okay.
we just
I'm not
enjoyed each
gonna-
other's
I'm not
company,
gonna hear
where we
this.
talked about the times of me growing up in the hood, dodging bullets, dodging, the drug life, and
You live in the county, right?
I presently live in the county,
okay.
but
You
there
went
was
to a parkway.
I did go to a parkway,
Okay.
but I grew up in an area where I would imagine most terrorists couldn't survive. Okay,
Most what?
terrorist, and so it was an emotional weekend because to be a black man to make it to 35,
That's a victory.
that is huge. That is huge, my friend. That is a big victory. So just
Congratulations.
kept it low key. Had some beverages of several sorts, and we kept it mostly adult like. No one got a hand. No one got
Did you
sloppy.
eat dinner?
I did have dinner at the Midwestern.
How was that?
Very good. Mom
6
mom
booties.
enjoyed it. It did have 6 booties.
Tell your mom that?
I told my mom that there was a reviewer on the internet that absolutely was pleased with the food.
Did you tell her you gave it 6 booties?
I did not. I forgot. I so forgot. I was like, "Oh, Ma, I gotta tell you," and she was walking away.
Oh.
Did they recognize you as a celebrity in there?
I was I asked to sign several things. Sure. Did I take a lot of pictures with many of the patrons? Absolutely. Did people call out the blackfish when I walked through the door? Often. So I mean, I don't like to use the term celebrity because that gets tossed around a lot. I would say I'm a pillar of the community. So people respectfully came up to me to let me know that, hey man, I appreciate what you're doing for our city. I was like, right back at you, bro.
I consider you more of an influencer.
Thank you. Thank you.
I mean,
Would you have been
not a
contacted?
great
if,
one, but
yeah,
an influencer.
he's there.
One nonetheless.
If Fire Festival was restarting today, would you be contacted as a key influencer?
I'd be surprised if I didn't.
Right.
I mean, I've always been about the influence. You know, I influence people all the time. Like I used to
Are
wear.
you on the influence?
No, because I don't need that. I know there are a lot of people throwing around rumors about that, especially people in this particular studio that may be producing a podcast.
Hey, I just tried to have an intervention. That's all.
But no, I'm not off the wagon. You know, I'm not hitting the bottle or the sauce too hard. I know my role in this company and I know my role in this brand, and it's important that I come in and be as professional as possible. Today probably was a bad example since I was late. But the fact of the matter is, I think you kind of get a general idea as to
Of all days, too. Of all days.
April Fools.
Comments from the Facebook stream. You love those. I know that.
Oh, I do.
Went to a corporate organized karaoke party. Fun.
Sounds delightful.
Becky from accounting gets up to perform Gold Digger. She doesn't say it when she's performing, but inward exact spelling. But N star GGA exact spelling appears on screen for the lyrics on the massive projective screen behind her about 93 times. That's from our friend artist Stephen Walden.
Yeah, that's another.
That's
thing.
something you should paint, Stephen. People at office parties doing karaoke. Is it a time-honored tradition that someone gets fired after an office karaoke event, or that's how relationships start?
I think what happens is that people believe that you should spend a ton of time outside of work with your coworkers. That is a terrible, terrible, terrible untruth. You cannot do that. Do not. I don't know. People are just, because I think you get to a certain point in your life where you just have difficulty making friends. So you latch onto your coworkers.
Hey,
so
we
this is
spend
the
time
moment to
forcefully together to make a living. Yeah.
So we get to a point where you're just like, I don't know. That's not how it works. But there are a lot of people, unfortunately, who cannot make friends outside of work. So karaoke is that moment for them to let everybody know, I'm cool, Karen. I'm the cool Karen. I can do this. And so Karen gets a little bit too involved.
What about Janika? What about
No,
others?
because
Why is it always...
Janika ain't coming out. Janika got 4 kids at the crib. Been home alone for the last 2 hours because babysitters cost a ton. So she got to get back to the crib. She got to get back and take care of babies. Now,
Black Sheep wants to know if there's a form he can sign with the black community to use that word if it's in a song.
no, there's no,
No
contract. There's no form. There's no website.
Oh, actually, you just ask Chris Rock. That's all you do.
Oh, boy. Yeah, I guess that's how it works, too.
That's how, yeah.
Yeah, be friends with Chris Rock. That's
Carly-
So
really how
you
it
were
works.
talking about, not hanging out with your coworkers too much. Is this why you really didn't want us at your birthday?
No,
party?
because I
Yeah,
didn't
last
really
minute
want to bring it
invite,
up. Well, first off, it
I
can't
helped
be
him
last.
organize where he could go, but I was not invited until 3 days later.
Did you go to Sophie's?
I sourced,
or as you call it, Sophia's?
I sourced places for him to hang out, and then he invited me 3 days later.
Well, first off, that is not exactly.
I was
how
calling.
that
I was
works.
trying to help my friend, my
No.
buddy, get
You
the
know what?
hookup.
No, that's not exactly
Sending
how it
emails.
works.
Somebody take care of my dude.
They-
Help him
that
out.
ain't exactly
oh, Chris,
how it
well,
works.
what time will you guys get there? I go, well, don't use that term you guys so loosely.
That is-
I'm not sure that I'm invited or that I'll be invited along to have any fun.
That is not at all what happened. I feel like my
And Jamie Moyer's Fancy Foyer just called me Amish Jonah Hill in the comments. So I'm feeling it this morning, okay? I wore a white shirt so you guys could see me pop out of the background more, and I'm over here trying to figure
I
out.
liked when you wore the Navy.
You like what, just a floating white face?
I'd look in the preview on the cameras and be like,
looking like something out of a Christmas story, but somebody that ate too much of the
I was
food.
like, don't go to camera 1 too much today.
the
listen.
white burns your eyes.
Listen, I believe my name has just been maligned there. I believe that.
I mean, I have time, like the email with the invite. That just came in at like
This.
Friday at like 11 p.m.
Everyone got the email on Friday at 11. It wasn't as if you guys, outside of Gardner, who did have plans at a wedding, and I think he had a cemetery visit he already had set up 2
didn't
months
go to a
ago.
cemetery.
He had a seance
He had a
scheduled.
seance
I
of
went
some
to
sort.
a wedding
Okay.
where the reception was where my parents held their reception 40 years ago in June.
Really?
And I would be born 2 months later.
How about that?
How does that work?
And where Grandma Evans got into a drinking contest with my dad's friends from Wyoming.
Let's tell you, Grandma Evans in
And
her own
Grandma
podcast.
won.
Of course you did. She Grandma Evans. What'd you expect?
That's what I was doing. And then I went to waitress at the Fox.
And how was that?
Actually, it was quite delightful.
See? So my coworkers are busy, so I don't have a chance to really
We're coworkers
hang out
now.
with them
Oh.
because, like Chris.
Remember this. Remember this.
Well, first of all, most of the events took place outside of
Oh, here we go.
South City. So that absolutely threw Chris for a whirlwind. It was like, I have to drive more than 3 blocks. So I knew then that it's probably not likely that Chris will come out.
So you went Midwestern Sophie's, then where?
Then I went to Westport Social.
Okay.
And then I ended back up at a place called Atomic Cowboy
Oh, you hit the Grove.
on Manchester.
Oh.
And that was roughly around 2:30 in the morning.
Oh, yeah, I would.
Really?
Yeah.
How was it?
I was
Feel invigorated?
I was out with the youth. I was telling the youth, hey, buckle up.
How'd you stay?
Say no to drugs.
Did you? I'm here. No, Mr. Bouncer. I'm not here to make love to these girls. I'm here to teach them how to party.
Thank you.
To make sure no bad partiers party with them.
You
There
said
you go.
Is that what
say
you
no
said?
to
That's
drugs
exactly what
so
I
you
said.
could have more of
No,
them?
that's not how
Is
it
that what
worked
it
at
was?
all. I just said, hey, you don't need that to have a good time. You know what you need? Friends and water.
Jamie Moyer's
Well,
Fancy
that
Foyer
helps.
thinks karaoke gave us Papa John. Oh, that's how they got Papa John. I set it up where you know there's going to be a bunch of bad words
Oh.
in the song.
That-
Film
actually,
it.
you know what?
Yeah,
That is
that's
a good way to set
That's a
somebody
Chris
up,
Gardner
is it
move.
not?
That would be a
That
good
is
play.
fantastic. I'm going to keep
Especially
that
get your-
one.
yeah, to hold
your
that.
pocket?
Yeah,
Yeah.
That's a great way to get your boss, certainly.
Huh.
Like, oh yeah, sing this Young Jeezy or Kanye song.
Yeah.
And then he does, and you're
Damn.
like, I got his ass.
Did you see a play this weekend, Gardner?
It was a musical.
It was a musical about waitressing.
Hey,
Yeah, it's called
Travis.
Waitress.
Travis, that was a test. You just corrected me. Played a musical.
But you singing
Yeah,
along at any
failed.
point? You were at good seats, weren't
What
they?
did I fail?
You shouldn't know the difference.
Why?
Because Chris expects you to be stupid in order for you to be a man.
What?
If you know the difference between things.
Play along with
apparently-
me. Let's pick
oh
on him.
yeah. You an idiot face because you know musicals between plays.
What, is that Vera Wang you're wearing today, Travis?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
For
Or
men.
toxic masculinity?
Ooh. Throw my liberalism back in my face. I don't know how to react when that
Because
happens.
that's fun to do.
You guys have kind of taken away that was my spade. That used to be my card.
Are we
Now I have nothing.
Are we supposed to say spade? I don't know how that works.
I'm not going to.
Yeah.
Thank
I
you.
know.
Look at Gardner. You guys are so woke.
No,
See?
I just don't.
No,
I
we're just
feel like you're
avoiding
setting me up.
you. Yeah.
Damn it.
We were just talking about how to set up your boss through karaoke.
Looks like we can't get hot.
I'm not going to let you use that word and then expect me to follow up by parroting that in a way.
Damn it. Almost had his ass, guys. That would have been
That would have been good for me.
Got it.
big for your brand.
Like, I can't even play cards anymore.
That's why you can't play cards anymore.
You liberals.
have taken cards
Because I'm
away from
afraid to
I want
cards.
to be
say.
photographed with a spade.
I got a magician come up to me. What card is this? I'm not saying it. I'm not saying it. You're recording me. And then what? Then everyone comes after
So
me.
how is the musical?
I enjoyed it. We had to leave at intermission, though,
Oh,
Oh boy, I knew there'd be something in there.
because Jess had to work the next morning.
she was getting tired.
Her shift starts at 6 a.m. So we left at intermission. So I don't know how it ended, but from what I saw, it was very good.
Can I imagine that someone got a tip?
Oh, nice. Yeah, waitress. That's good.
I did tip. I bought a bottled water.
Did you? And you tipped on the bottled water?
Yeah.
I guess that makes
You
no
see,
sense.
Travis, in my culture, maybe at some point your culture
Oh,
will
boy.
appropriate my culture and
Here
actually
we go.
tip.
Oh boy.
How about that?
Or
You know that's an issue.
or you can pay people a livable wage.
That
and
helps.
Stop putting the burden.
What do you guys
on the
think about
customer.
that?
But that helps. But you know that's an issue.
I will acknowledge that there is a segment of my community that, because we didn't get books until like 1997, who are not good at tipping.
That's fair.
Okay.
I'll go.
was close because we were so
Yeah.
bad.
I was going to give
We
you.
were terrible.
I was not going to put you
We were
in
not good at that. I'm not
a
gonna lie.
really bad
Boy, I ain't
position.
gonna lie. Sometimes there'll be days when I used to bartend and I see black people come in. I'm like, Chris, there you go.
Yeah.
And then I get to come over later and I get to be the good cop. I'm like, hey, is my buddy taking care of you?
I will say this. Travis, I was about to call you out because anytime you would see a woman of color coming in, you would put on Under Armour gear and a sweatband. It's about to be a workout. Stretching. Whew, I'm about to have to go get
Church
three
just let out?
different kinds of sauces because none of them are going to taste just right.
Oh boy, black church got out. Oh dear. Oh, they in my
Is that
section.
something did you avoid?
I wouldn't say I avoid it. I would say, man, I gotta really take my break right now. That is so crazy. That's
It's
crazy.
kind of like how you chose to go to a theater where you knew there would not be any black folk to watch us quietly.
I don't understand
Which
why.
I want to make a T-shirt about that. How can Buy Jack
I don't know
help
how
us
am
do
I
that?
being judged for going to other communities to
Again, you
interact
try
and
and
engage
change
with
it
other
around.
people outside of my typical circle? Why am I getting
should be
judged for
applauded.
that? I should be applauded for it. I don't understand. Like, Travis is reaching across the aisle, going out to MAGA country to enjoy a very racially invigorating film around predominantly white people, and you're judging me for doing that. That's amazing. This is what this country has come to, where even when you're trying to do something civil, like spending time with your white brothers and sisters, you're getting chastised for. Why are you like this? What has happened, man? You used to be better than this. When we did radio at night, man, you would be so progressive. You would be so about, Travis, we should embrace everyone. But now that we do this podcast and you've done a few shows with Ian Bagg, and
Oh
you've
my
done
God.
a couple things at All Things Comedy. I didn't say anything when you went out to Arizona without me. I
Right.
didn't make a
You
big
did.
deal out
You
of
didn't
it
say
on the
anything.
radio show. I didn't say nothing about it. Did I
was
make a
nothing.
big fuss
Just-
about it?
just
Did you
cold
leave
every
your
time I walk
co-host?
into a room.
Ain't no say nothing. Just left your co-host to go do another podcast in another city at another event with a comedian. I wasn't mad about that, but now you're going to sit up here and judge me because I'm spending time with your people? I'm spending time with supporters I don't agree with politically, yet I say to myself, it's not about that. It's about the movie. It's about the entertainment. It's about supporting creatives. And you're judging me because of that? Unbelievable, man. You've changed.
The black sheep.
Alex Jones.
I've been screaming lizard people since we started the show. I'll have
Changed,
everybody
man.
know
You've
that.
changed. Changed, bro. Used to be so cool,
Black
man. But now
sheep.
look at
I
you.
never sucked any ding dongs.
Exactly.
Thanks, Alex.
Exactly.
What the black sheep says, I don't know what this quote means, and I don't know what it could be referring to. I only want a little ice in that drink, but be sure to fill it all the way to the top.
It's almost like Black Sheep has some experience in this area.
There's no vodka in this drink. I'm sorry, it's full of vodka. I don't know what you're talking about. Yeah, put some more in it.
Ma'am, that'll be $18.
Yeah. Oh no, you keep that.
No, I just want another shot. Ma'am, I got to charge you for that shot. Why? Because you want more alcohol.
Yeah,
Well, I just want some more liquor. I know. So you're going to charge me for it? Isn't that how it works? You want more of something, you have to pay for more? I just don't understand how this system works. Ma'am, please.
let me speak to your manager, young
Ma'am,
man.
you can look, y'all ain't doing nobody any favors. Y'all know I got to work with these people. Y'all know I got to work with these people. You know I got to hear they dumbass jokes. They sing they silly ass songs. I got to have the stupid ass conversation every day. Can I say the word? Can I say the word? Can you guys
Who's
please?
ever asked
Can
you that?
please just chill?
Water.
Let's get through this together, man. I
To
already-
be fair, every one of our listeners or viewers has asked them that.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
So, I mean, yeah.
Privately in DMs. Hey, man. I had a reply.
I mean, I just wanted to know. I saw this tweet.
You know how close we are, right?
I wanted to retweet it, man, but I felt like,
Hey,
Huh?
I called you and asked you that
Oh.
day.
oh no,
Was
I didn't
isn't
mean
that
you.
how, isn't that
I
the,
wasn't talking about you, though. I was talking about somebody else.
isn't that the process? Would you rather I just retweet something like that?
Dan says
Screenshot it.
we have an order from Dan coming in. You ready?
Okay, what do we got?
He
Dan?
needs water, no ice, a bowl of lemons, and he needs a new sugar caddy.
triggering.
Immediately.
This just oh god, this just had an
I'm trying to think
awful flashback.
if we could, and this isn't on the rundown, so I'm waiting for Gardner to employ.
Yell at his ass, Gardner.
What's the worst thing you ever dealt with at a restaurant? I worked at a golf course in high school. There was a 19th hole, helped with some catering stuff, but then worked at Olive Garden in college for like 2 years and then a brewery for 5.5 years. What's the worst thing you ever dealt with in food service that you wouldn't wish on anybody else? Does anything come to mind?
Yeah. Well, I got called the N-word.
Oh, that'll do it. Well, I didn't need you to pull out the
Who
Trump
did-
card
who did
immediately.
this?
Where was this?
This was in Columbia, Missouri.
Boone County.
This was definitely Boone County.
This is at a corporate restaurant
And
with an owl for a logo.
let's just say this person, they wanted another shot because they said something was in their shot. It was a shot of tequila. So you could clearly see that there was
It's like,
nothing
dude,
in
you
there,
paid
but
extra for that worm.
Nevertheless, I was like, you know what? No big deal. I'll give the lady who said there was something wrong with her shot, I'll give her another shot. It's her birthday. Fine. Well, this gentleman thought that everyone at the table should get new shots because this one person had a problem with their shot. I respectfully said, no, sir, that will not be happening, but I'll be happy again to go make the shot personally for the lady and bring it back to the table. And as I walked over to the bar to prepare the beverage for the lady, the gentleman
The
stalked-
shot of tequila.
the shot of tequila. The gentleman stalked me all the way to the bar and proceeded to berate me because I was not going to give the entire table of 6 other people free alcohol. And as I'm walking the drink back over, as he continues to stalk me, he lets out a good old-fashioned N-word, to which it nearly got bad for everybody. I went to a very,
You're like,
very,
I don't really care if I have health insurance or not right now.
it was that conversation, and then that situation. I think that's what upset me more because
Did he get in trouble? How do you? I
oh,
wonder
well,
how
that,
you deal with that.
Oh my,
Yeah.
that's the
That's
other
a
part
whole
of the
other
story.
part of it. Yeah.
But in that moment, you're thinking just that. Just Chris just mentioned. You're saying to yourself, you know, this is a good paying job with very good benefits.
Yeah.
Wow. Now do I risk all of that to?
Technically, you
Lay
could-
into
you
this
might,
guy.
You could maybe go to jail too if you hit somebody.
Oh,
I'm
absolutely.
not saying they wouldn't give you sympathy. or
Yeah,
whatever.
certainly. But again, you're looking at a situation where if you're thinking it all the way out in your head, you know that the likelihood of you coming out on top in the sense that even if you whoop this guy's ass, it's going to be long-term headaches for you because you're talking about potential court dates. You're talking about loss of jobs. Now you're spending time looking for jobs. Like
It's a
everything in
lot
that
to
moment.
digest in a short amount of time.
It was because
Puts tequila in your hands too.
and I was visibly shaking, like because I was obviously angry. At the same time, I knew in that moment I could not react the way that my body was
How did the
biologically
people he
telling me
was
to
with
react.
react?
Oh, they flipped too. They were just like, "Oh, bro, you absolutely went way, 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 way,
Oh,
way,
that's
way
good.
too far."
That's if there is anything
yeah, I
good,
mean,
yeah.
they immediately like, we will pay now, we will get out. Oh my God, like everyone was in a state of shock, and so even my wait staff was shocked. Like, and a lot of people in the restaurant heard it, and they were also like, oh, wow, well, this is going to happen right here, right now.
Yeah.
So
The messed up part was Travis was so committed to corporate culture, he made the girls singing the happy birthday song finish the happy birthday song, despite.
I was like,
This is
sir,
what we do.
you have gone too far. But it is
Happy birthday.
but it is our store policy to make sure you have a good birthday.
Right. Hey, but could you fill out the survey too?
So nothing happened to the guy.
Yeah,
The
that's a
guy,
weird one.
Surprise to no one. The guy was an actual business owner in Colombia. So it was very.
Does he still have a business?
No, that thing went out of business 4 months almost after that incident. The
Can
joy
you
that came
can you
over my
talk
face.
about what the business was?
It was a mattress company.
Good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And the guy, like I said, it was one of those.
Travis went in and unleashed bed bugs in the
It
I'm
store.
going
was-
to find out who he is after the show. And I'm going to see what's going on with him now. And if he's doing anything, we'll help you out a little bit.
Okay, I
You
appreciate
were real.
that.
You really parsed
He
your
really
words
thought
there.
about that. No, but
I'm
that was
thinking about. I got one tax audit in the back pocket that I haven't used.
nice.
So we
How progressive of you.
Yeah,
But to that point, like there are a lot of horror
that's
stories.
That's a good one to have.
Boy, Travis really. If I laid the nail out, he just one swiped that down.
No, it was, like it was so much. I think dealing with
I
the
guess
customer.
I won't talk about the time somebody accidentally spilled tea on my leg.
Yeah,
what's
That was my horror story. Not really. I mean, it's
I've had look. You serve and you've been a server for more than a year. You know there are stories for days, and especially in your 20s, Like, man, the things you see and hear, because you get to a point when you do a job like that and you come across a ton of adults, when you're that age, you're thinking, okay, these people been out before, they know how to behave. And when you see that, oh no, these people have not been out before and they do not know how to behave, it really throws you for a loop. That's why a lot of people say you should definitely find a way into the service industry before heading out into the real world.
Yeah, I never did restaurant work.
I agree with that part, but then I also think about the part where it's like, don't even do it ever, because it's this weird thing where you can get trapped in it. If that's your passion, there's not be a bartender when you're 70. I don't care if that's what you want to do, but it is a trap for a lot of people, and I'm saying this from experience too, because you make good enough money for the time, and at the time you got to, if you're younger, ton of energy. You're like, I'll plow through a 14-hour shift, make a boatload of money on a Saturday, do whatever else. And then you kind of just get emotionally drained. And just because you're a good bartender or even an okay manager, it doesn't mean you want to run a whole restaurant. It can get, I see it happening all the time. People get to their 30th birthday and they're just like, damn, I don't want to keep doing this, dealing with the public, and
Grandma.
also just tired and wore out. If it's your passion, then
Grandma
go for
did it for a little while when she was younger.
Yeah.
I mean, she's from that age too, where like they had jobs at a younger age that they had to have. Or
She was like
family.
serving Manhattans when she was 7
Yeah.
during the Great Depression.
Yeah, exactly.
So like even when we're out to this day, she'll pay for a meal like for 8 of us, and then Grandpa's filling out the ticket, and she'll go, Bob, what'd you tip her? 20%. Give her 25. She was good.
Yeah.
So like she's always on top.
Yeah.
She's like, I remember what it was like. I remember what my feet felt like. You tip at least this much.
That's something that I definitely am super embarrassed about now, how over the top ridiculous I was with my friends, and even my family always tipped well, grandparents, parents, all that stuff. But over the top, like, make sure you tip them really well. It's like, I don't know, 20 to 25% is plenty fine. Right? I would be super annoying about it.
Yeah, I certainly was. Certainly when we were down in Colombia, I would always be annoying, no matter if I was out with friends or the person I was dating. I was like, hey, we need to make sure this person is probably
And they're
compensated.
like, we did. And you're like, no, more,
add some more to
40%.
it. Exactly.
Now, if you're getting like, yeah, whatever.
But no, to that, I would say, like, you know how in Israel, like, people have to have 2 years of military service before they go. I think in America, I feel like we should be required at least to
Should it be corporate work? You don't get the cool brewery because
No,
that's,
yeah,
that's
you don't
fun.
know. That's cheating.
No,
that's cheating. You
need
don't
to
get
work
the cool
out by the
brewery.
highway.
Yeah, exactly.
The family coming
Exactly.
through.
Yep.
They're ticked that their
Yes.
breadsticks aren't out there,
Yes.
and you are the
It's gotta
bane
be
of their existence.
Olive Garden,
Yes.
Applebee's,
Yes.
Right.
Chili's,
Ruby Tuesday.
Ruby
Where on the
Tuesdays.
tip suggestions it tops out at 17%.
Yes, yes.
Like we're like, great job, 17%. Yeah.
And it's not only because of just the work itself. It's more so just your interaction with just the human race. Because I think people don't realize how idiotic the vast majority of the public can be when they go out to eat. You see a side of them.
It's because
There
they
are
get
lot of
into a
people-
mode where they're like, I'm here and you are my bitch, and we're not leaving till we've had a weird interaction.
And you know what? And I can say this now. And this is how bad the N-word situation was. Because like I said, I have a Bible of stories as far as interactions with some crazy guests. But the person who was one of the rudest, probably just under the guy who said the N-word, former Missouri Governor Bob Holden. Waited on him and a group of people. And when I
was
say
this at the brewery or
this was at Old Chicago in Columbia, Missouri, and Holden brought in a group of people. This was after he was just literally months after leaving office or losing. He was a one-time
He was just in
governor.
a bad mood.
before we judge Mr. Holden? Did you have braids at the time?
I did not.
Okay, all right.
I
was
had
gonna
a
give him some
hairline at
leeway.
the time.
Oh,
All the
man.
more reason to treat me with more respect.
You don't.
Well,
we
just
don't
because you
treat Bob.
have a hairline doesn't mean you get respect, because that hairline still might not be looking good.
No, it looked sharp. It was sharp in those days. In those days, that bad boy,
But
I was
what
getting
brain
right and
was-
left.
what-
Right
what-
and left, my friend. It was raining from the ceiling, if you know what I mean.
What brain was it attached to though?
It was, but no, it was the guy had brought in like 20 people, and then Holden, being the cheap ass that he was, decided, oh no, I'm not going to buy everyone's ticket. Each individual is going to have a ticket. So naturally, it's going to take a while to split checks for 20 people. And it's a pizza restaurant. So it took a while. I explained to them, hey, you folks didn't say anything beforehand about this being split amongst 20 people. I just figured, former governor walking in, somebody would have picked up the tab.
Have you seen our governors?
Only he's allowed to drain taxpayer money.
Good
Come
point. And then I'm thinking, I'm like, you a damn. You're supposed to treat brothers right. And he was being the biggest tool. And to this day, go to camera 3, because I want to make sure Governor Holden hear about this. Hey, man, you was mean.
I thought he was going to go super out of control.
That's all I got. Maybe you're doing a lot in the community. I believe you live in St. Louis now. But, hey, man, you was mean. And I'd like to sit down and talk about that, because that was very off-putting. And I supported you when you was a governor of Missouri. And to do that to a constituent, not cool.
He used the word constituent. He was serious.
That hurt my feelings.
You know who's not mean?
Well, I mean, the current president called his constituents sons of bitches.
Yeah,
so,
That did happen as well.
No, I hate that. But do you know who's not mean?
Who is not mean, Chris?
Well, he serves food out of a truck all around St. Louis, and it feels like you're on a tropical island. That's Buzz from Buzz's Hawaiian Grill.
Aloha, hoi, aloha, hoi, 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 aloha.
Buzz's Hawaiian Grill. Follow them on Facebook. Check out their locations all throughout the city. Some of you have had the pleasure of winning some certificates, and you can go use those. Maybe you'll win another one this week. Buzz's Hawaiian Grill, family-owned, wonderful food. And you know what, Travis? Aloha, you know where it comes from?
It comes from the streets. The heart. The heart.
That's right.
The
Aloha
heart.
comes from the heart, everybody. Very proud to work with Buzz's Hawaiian Grill.
And I saw in the weather forecast this week, it's going to get up to some 60s.
Is it really?
Oh, indeed. So you better check out my homeboy Buzz. Get you
Yeah.
some poke.
I walked so much yesterday.
Oh, here
around.
we go.
It was
Here,
beautiful.
You knew it was going. You knew. That's why he
Wonderful.
asked about our weekends, because it's just a roundabout way of Chris to say, I walked some steps and I'm down a belt loop. All right, tell us, Chris, about your keto diet and your 14 miles you walk with your
Do
dogs.
you call
Tell
it
us.
keto?
Yeah, tell us
Kato
about.
Kalin in this Friday.
Yeah.
Live in studio.
We'll-
Kato Kalin.
We'll ask him about his diet.
Kato Kalin.
Hey, man.
Kato, man, you've had so much. Who would have ever?
Whoever thought you got a
Whoever
diet named
thought?
after you?
Yeah,
That's
dude.
going to be Travis.
There you go.
Hey, man, so
Trav,
about
I'll
this
be,
diet,
I'll be keto.
was
I'll
it
be-
inspired by
Kato
LJ
Kalin.
getting released last year? And
I'm
you were
sorry?
just like, hey,
Oh,
man.
I'm here to host Wizard World. I'm
Oh,
Kato,
yeah.
I'm Kato Kalin.
No, yeah, man, but the diet is what everybody is talking about. Everywhere around the
talking about-
world is
I've-
trying out the diet.
I've
the
wrote
Kato
a few
Kalin
books.
diet. No, man, no, that's cool. And I bet you can read too. But the fact is that people
He's kind
have
of
taken your.
He's a little more fidgety.
Is it because you took that lifestyle and you decided like, hey,
No,
I
you
should
understand.
make this into a
my name's
diet?
Kato with a C.
Uh-huh.
Kato Kalin.
Oh.
Actor, host extraordinaire. I'm actually more into sports than you would think.
Oh, okay.
I don't know why you keep bringing up a diet.
Because figured that's why we had you on the show today. I didn't realize you were doing other things. Well, this is awkward because I had 25 questions about what I should be eating as I get
As
set
I
to
prepare
my,
for
if I-
ketosis.
Yes, if I get my summer body right.
You should ask him that on Friday. We'll
I
have
will.
Kato Kalin live in studio.
Like, man, I'm
By
trying
the
to get
way,
my summer body right.
Lou
You are
Ferrigno.
Cato. How I work?
you- Will you say something to Lou Ferrigno when he's in here on Thursday
I'd be like,
about
"Hey,
welcome
man."
to the Lou?
I'd be like, hey, I enjoyed you and I love you, man. What else have you done since?
He'll say, what's the TV show the president did?
Well, I was going to say King of Queens.
Oh, he was in King of Queens?
King of
Yeah.
What else is he known for?
The Apprentice. He was on that.
So Lou Ferrigno of The Apprentice? What else? Is that it?
Do you want to talk smack to Lou Ferrigno?
I'm just going to say you're not.
We'll be here in person
You're
on
like,
Thursday.
hey, you ain't Mark Ruffalo. I mean, that's the only Hulk I know. If you got a problem with it, Hulk up then. Let's see you get green. Nope.
Ruffalo.
Mark
Very
Ruffalo
good.
Mark Ruffalo can get green on the spot.
Very good in Zodiac.
Oh, he was in that?
Yeah.
Really?
Well, Mark Ruffalo.
Oh.
Thank you. See, you thought Lou Ferrigno. Lou
I was
Ferrigno
like,
can't be in
it's
I
a
Zodiac.
realized that.
choice. Yeah, I was like, would he play a security guard or something? Like, what is he?
It was a reporter. Well, that might
Lou
not-
Ferrigno's on the. Okay. Just a quick reminder.
No, tell us more about your weight loss, though.
No, there's no weight loss.
Okay,
I am
just-
wearing a shirt that didn't fit like a week ago. So
There you
that's
go.
okay.
All right.
Still
There it
probably doesn't, technically. And I have a new belt on today. So
Oh,
the
a new
loops have changed.
Ooh.
The loops.
Or to a new loop. I feel very unaccomplished. Now I'm at the end of the loops in the new belt. The old belt was, you know what I mean? It's too
Oh,
small.
so you've moved on
Now
belts.
now I've got
The
now
Cato diet has me on my second belt.
the Cato Kalin diet's just slicing pounds off me. So
You can ask Cato about his Brewers.
I don't want to ask.
Loves
Milwaukee
the
guy.
Milwaukee
He
Brewers.
does love the Brewers.
Well, I think he does. He curses about them a lot on social media as well.
real quick, we need to acknowledge this. Seth Amphetamines in the comments
That
and
is-
said he sold weed out of a Taco Bell in high school. You think that happens a lot at fast food places?
That makes sense. That's ideal.
Yeah.
I mean, Jack in the Box basically markets that, it seems. Now.
Yeah, for
Yeah,
being
right.
honest, they might.
If you look at some of their commercials,
Yeah,
they're
I
like,
think
oh, hey, we're going to get some. Probably Taco Bell and get food in that there, probably.
Munchie meal. Wink.
I had I don't know who this was, maybe it was shared into my timeline. Somebody was posting that they would get off work at 3 a.m. and go to Jack in the Box, but they didn't want to go back to this one Jack in the Box because the last time they were there, the guy wouldn't make their food after he ordered it and said he would make it if he'd run to the store and get him a cigarello. So the guy did it. And then it took another 30 minutes to get his food. So all in all, the guy spent over an hour trying to get his Jack in the Box when he could have just got the food from probably the gas station in which he bought the place from. But he told this whole story, and then he was like, and then I went back and they tried it on me again. I was like, well, then you're the idiot in this situation.
kind of the moron,
And
yeah.
how could you update that? I don't know who that was, why it was in my timeline, but it was probably somebody who really likes the show.
Yeah, that makes sense.
That's some
Isn't that
dedication to
something-
getting
right?
tacos.
You really
From
want
Jack in the
Box? Man, and
That
especially
ain't that
Because
again,
you know that's part of their order. You know
You
they're
can-
getting tacos.
It's not.
and
it's
if you
not
go to a
that
gas station,
serious.
you can buy a candy bar or something, right? If you're just wanting a munchie.
I think, I think I understand why people are so weird about the minimum wage thing, because that's what they think when they immediately just see the kid at Taco Bell asking for the blunt, run over across the street. I think that's what people envision. And I think that's why people are weird about it. But at the same time, I think we should all just embrace the fact that we are at a place that we don't want to be. Look, I don't want to be ordering Taco Bell at 3 a.m. And you don't want to be working Taco Bell at 3 a.m. But let's just recognize that we're both in a situation that we don't care for. So let's just get through it.
Can we give a couple knowing nods and be on our way?
Yeah, let's just go. I don't want to be here. You want to be here. You prepare it. I'll pay for it. We're going to look stupid in the end, but we're going to look stupid together. Let's just make
Be a
it
team.
work. Let's be
Yeah.
a team about this. That's why
Togetherness.
that's why I always would be surprised when people would come into the restaurants and I was like, "Hey, man, I would rather be drinking. You would probably not rather be out with your in-laws, but we're both here. Let's just make the most
You would
out of it."
probably rather not be out with former Governor Bob Holden. So
Black Sheep is guessing that the worker's name was not Bryce in this situation.
Probably.
You gonna take that one on the chin?
Probably not.
You gonna take that one on the
You know
chin?
how when you're playing a pickup game and you foul a guy? That's on me, guys. That's me. We'll take this one.
Is-
Our community will take this one.
if you're just tuning in on the live stream, it is April Fool's Day. Do we have any good pranks you can remember? I remember doing something
just
in
that
school.
Sid Finch one is the one that
Yeah,
sticks
that's
with
the
me.
best one. I remember getting a prank book and it said, "Ooh, replace Oreos with toothpaste and give them to your classmates." And I was thinking, I think I'll get yelled at if I use all the toothpaste to make fake Oreos, right?
Oh,
Yeah.
we only have gel.
Yeah.
Ah,
Rich ass.
right. Damn.
Rich ass.
What's
need
the
the paste.
Do we know the history behind April Fool's Day? What's going
No,
on
we
with this?
Travis and I tried to look into it, and there was really no conclusion.
And in the encyclopedia, it's just like, "Joke's on you, idiot." You think
I
so?
probably didn't read that far.
Damn
Yeah.
it. That would have been probably the smart
That's
thing.
that's the way
but
to go.
again, unless you're a major brand on Twitter that the thing's just really funny and you work hard, we're annoyed by people that are adults that take April Fool's Day serious.
Because I think it used to be funny growing up, but
But we didn't have social media to compound it.
right. And I think now everyone thinks they're funny, and that's that really hurts because
We're
'cause-
offended by our comedic sense. It's not
Because I would say on a good day, we're mildly funny on this show. On a really good day, like when things are popping. But
like
for the
whenever
most
we
part,
accidentally fall into a joke with a comic or something.
yes.
Yeah.
So it'll happen, once every 8 months. We'll have a funny show. So
That's our best of.
That's
4 3-minute clips.
So to see other people give a shot at pranks and what they think are funny, I'd rather not.
Here's it's not a joke or a prank or anything here, but I do have some funny stuff, I think.
Okay.
And it's not related to April Fool's Day, but it's more about our show. And Derek Dockett, who tune in from time to time.
D-Bear.
D-Bear.
He podcasts and then yells at me saying, like, dude, don't try and slick these by me. I hear you.
He's got a file going of some GIFs.
Gifts.
It is not GIFs.
Talk to the creator.
Well, yeah, he is the creator. He invented the damn thing.
That doesn't mean he gets to just reinvent
I can't
the
put it on.
English
I
language.
can't put it
That's
on a
not how it
sandwich
works.
and enjoy it with jelly. It is not a
Do you
GIF.
say JPEG or do you say JFEG? Because if you want to go with pronunciations, that second letter, that P, the phonetics, is photography. So are you going to say JFEG from now on, Travis?
Why would you say JFEG?
Because that is the rule of language.
No, that
and
is
that's what you're
not.
throwing in my face here. So I'm going to say GIF.
Okay, you won. You yelled louder, so you are the winner.
I learned that from you,
Yeah,
Dad.
you are correct. That's why I'm like, oh, you're throwing this back in my face. Have no defenses.
Through liberalism back in your face.
Through my angry yelling to win an argument back in my face. This is I don't know how much.
Happy
good
birthday!
I don't know how good I'm going to be to you guys going forward.
All right. But he's got a few new ones
Okay.
and sent them our way. I wanted to show them to you.
Oh boy. Oh boy.
You ready? Here's
Here we
one of
go.
them.
Ooh.
Travis?
I think I was climbing a ladder of some sort here.
Have you ever climbed a ladder in your adult life?
I've climbed a few.
As a man, don't you think you would have climbed more
Watch
by
your
now?
fingers.
Watch your fingers. I'm a big watch your fingers guy. I don't like seeing people get their fingers smashed.
Right.
So
Are
that's-
you sponsored by the Parkway North Vikings, by the way?
I am now.
Oh, wow.
No,
There's
I'm
one.
not. I don't even think they know I do this thing.
Here's another one.
Oh, boy.
Look at me.
Another
Oh yeah,
Vikings
double
gift.
wing. When
That's
it's a double wing, you
awkward.
know what that means, right?
Mm-mm.
You gonna meet my parents.
Oh, no.
You do the double wing, you meet.
Now,
my
what are you
parents.
drinking there?
I'm drinking some of that tasted Kool-Aid.
What flavor?
It is probably watermelon.
Why'd you say it like that?
Because I knew that would come back to haunt me.
Yeah, if you're just listening, we've got a gif of Travis sipping a chalky-looking watermelon Kool-Aid cup.
And that's a good gift to use, like when you're trying to flirt with somebody in their DMs. Send that bad boy.
It's a good alternative to
Can
the
you use
to the Leo cheersing with the glass gif.
because then you can like, and then the follow up after the gift, you can be like, you could be this Kool-Aid, but you playing.
Mm-hmm.
Here's another one, Travis,
Okay.
of you.
This is my walnut, and I turned
He's
it
throwing
the
up the
W
W.
into a bird for whatever reason.
And then made bird sounds.
Yeah, I made bird sound, and then because the bird got to eat.
By the way, while we're looking at these, thanks to the folks who are sharing this into their streams. That really helps us on Facebook with the organic growth, which we're all about organic growth.
I love.
So if you hit share, thank you.
I love getting into the organs.
Okay.
What?
Okay, what? Well, okay, what other gifts do we
Here's
have?
another one. This is just a group one here.
There's a group gift.
Oh no, the
Walnuts.
three of us.
The
I'm
group
looking like
walnuts.
I'm about to jump off a cliff,
That's my favorite with it.
and Gardner and Travis.
Look
are
at my
throwing up the
excitement now.
walnuts.
Look at the moment when the excitement comes over my face when Gardner finally says walnuts. Walnuts. Ha! Look at the excitement on
So
my
we
face.
got, we got the possum cam with Gardner.
Like, look at
in it.
look at my reaction, and he says it. Boom! My head pops back, and Denman. Everyone's showing emotion here. Everyone's ecstatic about the start of the
God, I
show.
look so
it's
mad.
the beginning of the morning. Look at Chris. Not only is he angry, he's gonna slightly look up from his laptop to look at the camera, and look,
Pass
head
judgment.
drops. Head
Pass
drops immediately. He looks into the. Not even look.
This is
Gardner
what
and
I'm
I are
doing in my life.
enjoying this fine program. We're excited, and look at Chris. He is disgusted.
Look
He
at
does
his
not even want to
eyes.
be here.
He's watching us and then just,
He is.
just gets out of it.
I'm not gonna lie, I can't stand you guys.
Yeah.
That's about-
Well, it's
that's
noticeable.
Awesome.
Actually, there's some GIF action. The
GIF?
Cardinals, the Fox Sports Midwest account at least has been, and some others took note of some Cardinal stuff over the weekend.
Yeah,
noticed
Cardinals
this.
open up the season against the
They did
Brewers.
stink it up, going 1-3 in their opening series in Milwaukee. And I say, stink it up.
Oh boy.
This one.
Is that
There's
a
a
new
GIF.
celebration?
There's
No.
a GIF of the Cardinals in their dugout, and they all have their hoodies pulled up over their nose.
Somebody farted.
It looks like Jose Martinez.
Jose
is
Martinez,
hiding.
you farted?
No,
Jose Martinez farted.
on
and
Twitter, Jeff Jones stated that there was one single bathroom at the back, and now Jose's peeking his head out there Does that mean Jose's the perpetrator?
It might be.
That's probably the case.
That's what it looks
nasty.
like.
That's trifling.
So you've
but
got
fine.
at
This
least-
might have to be explained.
And even
They could have won a game. They could have talked about this and got an explanation, but you're not going to do it after a loss. So
Coach Badaska's in his 70s, right?
yeah,
He doesn't need to be dealing with that.
By the way,
And
the blue uniforms looked awful this weekend.
you didn't like them.
I hated them. They're awful.
that's good. I like that the Cardinals are making
hated
gifts
them.
of smelly bathrooms.
So I think this is from the account at Cardinals.
Boy,
GIFs.
they better be glad that some of the Facebook commenters don't have Twitter, because you go 1-3 and you post a silly clip
Yeah.
like that. Ooh,
They did hit a lot of home runs.
They did hit a lot of home runs.
Another thing that's been noticed by multiple people is Drew Robinson, who's a bench player for the Cardinals.
The big signee, the big left-handed bat the Cardinals were looking for this offseason.
Yeah, but he's had some awkwardly fun celebrations after home runs. Like here, you just see a clap.
looks like a 4.5-year-old clapping.
Yes.
No,
Yes.
2.5-year-old that just learned how to clap.
This season's going to be exhausting, isn't it?
So you got that from Drew, and then another one was put up there, him dancing.
See, now it looks like he's
got
climbing
some
the ladder.
moves.
Now, how is this different from me trying to climb a ladder? 'Cause this looks like Drew Robinson is trying to climb a ladder here.
Yeah, everyone's trying to climb a ladder, even when they say they're not. I learned that from Senator Flatbed Josh Hawley.
Okay, that makes sense.
And then I thought I'd play a video here real quick too with the Cardinals with Drew Robinson yesterday.
Okay.
Because he who was it? DeYoung, I believe, hit a home run, and the camera caught him again, celebrating afterwards.
And DeYoung hits it down the left field line. It is gone. Paul DeYoung connects. It just takes one swing.
I like those.
That's pretty funny. I like this Drew Robinson kid. That's pretty funny.
Those are good.
Those are good. I love his celebrations.
Just gotta
I
get
can
a few
deal with
W's
that.
now.
I also love Gateway Powder Coating. Did you guys know that?
powder coating.
Gateway Powder Coating, great partner of ours. GatewayPowderCoat.com. Online is where you find them. You know what? I shared a photo over the weekend of some wheels they just did. Some beautiful white wheels. They just powder coated for somebody. It's going to be grilling season. You got patio furniture or any vehicles that need work done. You go to Gateway Powder Coating. Fast, durable, affordable, wonderful, wonderful partners of the show. Find them online, GatewayPowderCoat.com.
GPC, are you with me?
Yes. Indeed, they are. It's Travis Terrell and Chris Denman. It's been a fun start. Happy April Fool's Day, everybody. Keep your heads on a swivel. Don't fall for any stupid updates online. We're here to save you from that. We're going to take a quick break, get the menthol into Gardner, and come back for the second hour. Thanks for tuning in. Share this with your friends. Invite them to watch the show. Got an hour left this morning. We'll have some fun.